Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss about numericals on spiral gear, and we already discussed theory of the spiral gear in previous sessions. So here, in order to solve numericals on spiral gear, we need some formulas, and these formulas are listed here. I'm just going to highlight these formulas which are important. First formula that we are going to use is relations between spiral gears. So we know that in case of spiral gear, either alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 or alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 or not equal to alpha 2, because it is possible in spiral gear the two gears may have same helix or a different helix. So if it is equal, then it is alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, and if not same, then alpha 1 not equal to alpha 2. It is possible. Second thing, we know relations between shaft angle and spiral angles. So we know that when two spiral gears are of same hand means, in this case same hand means, I'm writing here, it is LH mesh with LH or RH mesh with RH. That is meaning of same hand. So when two spiral gears of same hand mesh with each other, then we know that theta is equal to alpha 1 plus alpha 2, and theta is equal to, if of opposite hand means LH mesh with RH or RH mesh with LH, then theta is equal to alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Third formula we seen is velocity of sliding. Now see, we are not going to discuss derivation here, as which is already discussed by us in previous lectures. Now we only discuss numericals, and the formula is important. So velocity of sliding formula we know, it is V1 sin alpha 1 plus V2 sin alpha 2. Then next important formula is gear ratio. Of course it is equal to T2 by T1 is equal to N1 by N2. We know that teeth ratio is inversely proportional to speed ratio. Then center distance formula, and we know how we derive it simply. First we take center distance always equal to R1 plus R2. For spiral gear, we first express it in terms of transverse module and teeth, that is MT T1 by 2 plus MT2 T2 by 2. Then we express MT in terms of Mn, and finally we take this T1 common to get expression of center distance in terms of gear ratio. So our formula for center distance is equal to Mn into T1 by 2, 1 upon cos alpha 1 plus G upon cos alpha 2. We come to know that center distance is derived in terms of gear ratio, spiral angles and normal module. Then we seen some formulas for force analysis. In force analysis, we derive formulas for tangential force and axial force. We come to know that relation between tangential force and resultant force is Ft1 is equal to F cos of alpha 1 minus phi, and Ft2, that is driving, Ft1 is driver, that is tangential force acting on a driver, and Ft2 is tangential force acting on a driven. It is again related by cos, but instead of alpha 1 minus phi, it is alpha 2 plus phi. So Ft1 is equal to F cos of alpha 1 minus pi, while Ft2 is equal to F cos of alpha 2 plus pi. Now axial forces are related by sine. The formula will remain same as that of a relation between tangential and resultant force. Only difference is instead of cos there will be sine. So my formula for axial force acting on gear 1 is equal to, that is driver, is equal to F sin of alpha 1 minus pi, and for driven it is F sin of alpha 2 plus pi. So these are the formulas for a axial and tangential force derived in expression. And finally we seen also expression for efficiency of spiral gears, and based on final expression only we discuss now. So final expression for efficiency is equal to cos of theta plus pi plus cos of alpha 1 minus alpha 2 minus pi upon cos of theta minus pi plus cos of alpha 2 minus alpha 1 plus pi. After deriving expression for efficiency, we also see an expression for maximum efficiency, and that is efficiency maximum is equal to cos of theta plus pi plus 1 upon cos of theta minus pi plus 1. After deriving expression for maximum efficiency, we also seen conditions for maximum efficiency, that is for what will be value of spiral angles for maximum efficiency, and that are alpha 1 is equal to theta plus pi by 2, this theta plus pi is numerator, upon 2, and alpha 2 is equal to theta minus pi upon 2, assuming that 1 is driver and 2 is a driven, where theta is shaft angle and phi is a friction angle. So these are the formulas which are important to solve numerical on a spiral gear. Hello everyone. So after discussion of formulas, now we have to solve numericals on spiral gear, and hence I will explain how to solve numericals on spiral gear with the help of some examples. So first example I am explaining. With the help of that numerical, we will understood how to solve any numerical on spiral gear. So we'll read this numerical first and try to write given data. So what is given? I will write given data first here while reading. It is given two spiral gears in mesh have the following data. Angle of friction is equal to 8 degree. So I can write phi, that is angle of friction, is equal to 8 degree, which is first given data. Then normal pitch is equal to 14 mm. So Pn is equal to 14 mm. Next, shaft angle is equal to 70 degree, that is theta is equal to 70 degree. Speed ratio, nothing but gear ratio, is equal to 2. Approximate center distance, this is very important thing here. Whenever it is approximate center distance given, we need to find out exact center distance. Okay, first we'll write out this, that is approximate center distance, CD approx is equal to 150 mm. Next, spiral angle of the pinion. This is also I highlighted because based on this we'll decide how to solve. So alpha 1, as it is pinion I take notation 1, therefore alpha 1 is equal to 60 degree. And what to find out is determine exact center distance. So I have to find out first CD exact. Second, number of teeth on each wheel. So number of teeth on pinion T1, number of teeth on gear T2. Finally, efficiency of the drive. So efficiency of a spiral gear drive. These three things I have to find out. So remember, this is first numerical and data is in front of you now. Most of the time the process remains same. So first I will check how to find out these things, CD exact, T1, T2 and efficiency. We know that, so I am writing here solution of this numerical. We know formula for efficiency, central distance. So what is formula for central distance? That already we discussed. We know that CD, I'll write here as it is. First I have to find out, but to find CD exact I have to find out some other data. So I'm writing formula here. So let's say CD exact or central distance formula is equal to, we know it is equal to what? If you remember, Mn into T1 by 2 into 1 upon cos of alpha 1 plus G upon cos of alpha 2. This is our expression for a central distance. Means if I want to find out exact central distance, I need value of normal module, teeth, alpha 1, alpha 2. So always find out spiral angles first in the numerical of spiral gears. So as well as means what we required alpha 1, alpha 2, we required teeth and Mn. I'll find one by one. So first, to find central distance, I'll try to find out value of spiral angles. How to find spiral angles? We know that alpha 1 is equal to 60 degree given, is known, and it is not mentioned whether the spiral gears are of same hand or opposite hand. We assume that spiral gears are of same hand. So to find alpha 1, alpha 2, remember this will be your first step. So to find alpha 1, alpha 2, we assume that shaft angles are of same hand and hence alpha 2. We know that theta is equal to, it is given 70 degree, alpha 1 is known 60 degree, and hence alpha 2 is equal to 10 degree. So in the first step of numerical, I determine alpha 2 and alpha 1 with the help of shaft angle formula. Second thing, what required is Mn. Can I find Mn? It is given Pn, normal pitch is given. So we know that Pn is equal to pi into Mn, and hence Mn is equal to Pn upon pi. So if you put value of Pn, how much Pn is 14 upon pi, which is equal to 4.45 mm. So I know Mn value, I know alpha 1, alpha 2 value. Now what remaining is, because I have to find out exact central distance. So I know Mn, I know alpha 1, alpha 2, we have to find out T1, T2 or T1 you can say. So can I find T1? How to find T1? So remember, to find teeth, use formula of central distance only. So to find teeth, use formula of central distance, and the same formula I will copy here. So CD is equal to, okay, Mn into T1 by 2 1 upon cos of alpha 1 plus G upon cos of alpha 2. And formula is same here. Now but what is given to you? Whether central distance is known to me as I am going to find T1? No. I know value of approximate central distance, and hence use value of CD approx. So it is equal to 150. If I put all these values, 150, Mn is 4.45 into T1 upon 2 into 1 upon cos of 60 plus 2 upon cos of 10. So if I get this, T1 will be 16.72. Means if I put approximate central distance, if I consider approximate central distance, for that distance T1 value is 16.72. Now I am going to round this value to exact value, that is 17. So here I find out exact value of teeth from approximate central distance, as T1 is equal to 17 and hence T2 is equal to G into T1, which is equal to 34. Means I find out value of T1 and T2 from approximate central distance. This is your procedure to determine T1, T2. Always. Once I get T1, T2, which is exact, now I can put value of T1 here, which is nothing but how much? It is not 16.72, but it is 17, because 16.72 I am obtaining from approximate. When I make it exact, then it is 17. So to get exact central distance, I am writing here, to get exact central distance, we will value of same again, 4.45 into 17 upon 2 into 1 upon cos of 60 plus 2 upon cos of 10. What I change here is value of exact central distance. Hence now the central distance we are getting is exact central distance, and its value is, if I determine it is 152.46. You can check here, there is change in the value of central distance between approximate and exact. Approximate was how much? 150, but now exact is 152.46. It is due to I put value of exact teeth, actual teeth. Now once I get CD, I get first answer. Already T1, T2 is known to, means CD exact find out. Then I find out T1, T2. Remaining is only efficiency, and for efficiency very simple, I'll write it as fourth one. So efficiency is equal to, we know formula for efficiency, that is cos of theta plus phi plus cos of alpha 1 minus alpha 2 minus phi upon cos of theta plus phi. Here it will be theta minus phi, numerator plus phi, denominator minus phi, upon cos of, here it is alpha 1 minus alpha 2 minus phi. Here it is alpha 2 minus alpha 1 plus phi, one and same. Okay, and if I put, now check whether theta is known to me, yes, 70, phi, yes, alpha 1, alpha 2, yes, means all values are known to me. So I can get value of efficiency as 78.51%. It is value of efficiency, and your numerical is completed. But I will repeat what we do basically. In order to find central distance, that is exact central distance, we need value of alpha 1, alpha 2, teeth and Mn. Alpha 1, alpha 2 find out first thing based on given data. In the numerical it is given alpha 1 already given, so use formula of shaft angle to get value of alpha 2. Then to get Mn, we use formula of P, relation between Pn and Mn. To get teeth, use formula of approximate central distance. Once you get exact teeth, then in the formula, put in the formula of exact central distance, we will get its value. And finally, straightforward, get value of efficiency by using its formula. So this is simple numerical we solve based on spiral gear. Now remember what changes that we will observe in the numericals. This is very important part of the video. In the numerical, observe what things are given to determine spiral angles. In each numerical, some different data is given for finding spiral angle. I'll repeat. Let's say in this numerical, we'll get spiral angle from theta is equal to alpha 1 plus alpha 2 formula. So in that case, if theta is given, alpha 1 is given, I can find alpha 2. This is first type. In the second case, theta is given to you. Theta is given to you and it is given alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2. If alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, I will get formula. If alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, it is 2 alpha 2. So I will get value of theta 2. This is second numerical. Second case, how to find alpha 1, alpha 2. In third case, we need to determine alpha 1, alpha 2 by using some different techniques. Like we know it is given piece circle diameters are equal. D1 is equal to D2. So if D1 is equal to D2, in that case, we have to use this relation D2 upon D1 is equal to T2 into cos alpha 1 upon T1 into cos alpha 2. So if D2 and D1 are equal, so it is equal to 1, so that T1, T2 also known to in that case, we get value of or relation between alpha 1 and alpha 2. So this is third numerical. In fourth case, we can see in that case, in the fourth case, center distance is given to you, exact center distance. When CD exact is given to you, in that case, we know formula CD exact is equal to Mn into T1 by 2, 1 upon cos of alpha 1 plus G upon cos alpha 2. So here, as it is given CD exact, I can find out alpha 1, alpha 2. So get alpha 1 and alpha 2 from CD exact. In one more case, in the fifth case, it is given determine for maximum efficiency. So maximum efficiency is given, and for maximum efficiency we know that alpha 1 is equal to theta plus pi by 2 and alpha 2 is equal to theta minus pi by 2. What I told you is, I told you 5 different types of cases how to find out alpha 2, alpha 1, alpha 2. So here our heading was to find alpha 1, alpha 2. In the first case, I repeat again this in the brief. In the first case, if alpha 1 and alpha 2 out of this any one value is given, it is our first case, then we can determine easily. In the second case, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2. In third case, this relation is given d1 by d2, and then by using this equation, we can get relation between alpha 1 in terms of alpha 2. In the fourth case, we have to determine alpha 1 and alpha 2 by using center distance formula, that is exact. In that case, CD exact will be given. And the last case, efficiency maximum condition given, so that we know that for maximum efficiency, alpha 1 is equal to theta plus pi by 2 and alpha 2 is equal to theta minus pi by 2. You can identify, we solve one numerical based on first condition. So likewise, you have to solve next numericals based on condition 2, 3, 4 and 5. If we solve this numerical, we will come to know that, means we come to know that only the first step is different, other things are same. So I hope in next you can practice numericals based on this understanding.